And we will be now talking to Ukrainians who have built a successful career in South Africa, our doctors. In early 90s, Ukrainian doctors were one of the first who were Ukrainians that moved to South Africa. And today we have Natalia Novikova and Oleh Matsevych joining us live. Hello, Natalia. Hello.
Hello, Dzvinka. For a second, I couldn't understand if you're speaking Ukrainian or English.
Thanks so much for joining us. And both of you built a successful career in South Africa. Can you tell us what does it make about Ukrainian doctors? What is particular about them that makes them successful in South Africa?
Oleh, do you want to start?
Right. Well, despite that, Ukrainian people are very hard working people, then our medical systems are different. And South Africa created, well, quite a long path to get to the system as a doctor. So we had to pass a lot of exams. I don't know you, but I had to pass a lot of exams. So it's kind of selection of best people. I don't know, maybe that. And well, hard working, and eventually I have some practice, we have some practice, and we are working, and people are coming to us. Yeah, don't know.
Yes, I agree. I think hard work. I think it's why are we here? Probably for me, I can only speak for myself. I think it's very general question, so I can't answer for all Ukrainian doctors. In fact, I don't know any. And it's a long road to become a specialist in South Africa, and rightly so, and much longer than in Ukraine. I didn't come here immediately. I worked in other countries, in Sweden and in Australia. And I had to pass a lot of exams in other countries. And I think in South Africa, it took me about 4 years to get specialist registration, and a lot of boxes were sent to HPCSA to get approval to practice here and practice independently. I think I'm a gynecologist. I see a lot of women, and at least once a day when I'm consulting, I would be speaking either Russian or Ukrainian. So there is number of Eastern Europeans or people from former Soviet Union who live in South Africa, who then find me one way or another. And I have 2 practices in Cape Town and Johannesburg. And in both cities, there is a lot of Russian-speaking people, whether they are old immigrants from decades ago or youngsters who've just arrived for a stint of 3 to 6 months to do something. Russians don't need visa, so there's lots of them coming for nice weather. And I think it's probably why I'm here. I left many years ago, 20 years ago, over 20 years ago, actually, Ukraine. And I've been in South Africa for 10 years. And I love the climate. I love people. I love my job here. I think we are paid well, or whether we are self-employed or employed by the government. When I became a doctor in Ukraine in '98, my salary was about, I can't remember, but it's between $20 to $100. It didn't really matter per month. There was no way economically that one can survive. So that's how I found my way out.
Thanks so much. And Dr. Natalia Novikova is a highly skilled gynecologist and laparoscopic surgeon who has a special interest in the urogynaecology and aesthetic gynecology. She has additional specialities in endoscopic, pelvic floor reconstruction, aesthetic gynecology, and urogynaecology. And Dr. Novikova, as she mentioned, has been working in Ukraine, Sweden, Australia, UK, and now in South Africa. She's passionate about the provision of high quality care to women with gynecological issues and empowering women to make the best health choices for themselves. And Dr. Natalia is working in Cape Town and in Johannesburg. And Dr. Oleh Matsevych is a specialist surgeon with advanced laparoscopic and endoscopic skills. He has a special interest in laparoscopic surgery, gastrointestinal surgery and endoscopy, hepatopancreatobiliary surgery, hernia surgery, and many more surgeries. He's also actively involved in academic activities and associated with Sefako Makgatho Health Service University. Thanks a lot, Oleh, for joining us today. And on the 16th of November, South Africans will be celebrating Doctors' Day to acknowledge and thank South African doctors for the exceptional services they deliver on a daily basis. Oleh, do doctors celebrate their professional medical day, Doctors' Day in Ukraine and South Africa similarly or differently?
Well, I just recently discovered that there is Doctors' Day in South Africa, to be honest. So it's not really celebrating that well. But in Ukraine, when I left a long time ago, oh, that was big celebration. Everyone is celebrating, and that weekend you rather don't get sick, because all medical, not only doctors, all medical professionals are celebrating. That was quite impressive. Well, so I think it's different. Maybe it will come here, but at this point, yeah.
Thanks, Oleh. I hope that you will be celebrating on the 16th of November, and that at least those who hear us can send you messages and greetings just in 3 days to Oleh and to Natalia. And you both are busy international people and have children that are learning Ukrainian culture in Ukrainian school in South Africa. Can you tell us what your children like about Ukrainian culture? Have they been to Ukraine? What excites them about Ukraine? Natalia, do you want to share with us?
They love visiting family, and they love being spoiled. They love skiing in Ukraine, as it's a new activity discovered in lockdown. And yeah, just I guess culture is not something that children necessarily understand or can put a title to, but I think it's just they're Ukrainian, they're half Ukrainian, so they've got to like it and be excited about it, whether they want it or not, but they do.
Thanks so much. And Oleh, do you want to share some of your experiences?
Yeah,
what motivates you maybe to encourage your children to learn Ukrainian culture?
Yeah, unfortunately, there is not much communication for our kids in Ukrainian here. So that's why, you know, they just lagging behind, and they if they feel something Ukrainian, you know, it's something like completely new from them. They knew that they are Ukrainian, and they visited a few times Ukraine, and the relatives are there, and in our homeland, which is Ukrainian. So they're a little bit exposed, but not on the social side. So they show quite interest in Ukrainian, especially when there is a lot of different activities and dances, songs, and so they're quite excited. And Ukrainian school, it's very good to help to keep Ukrainian going and to meet other Ukrainians, not only in the place where we live and all over South Africa. It's great.
Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing your experience, and also thanks for your fantastic work that you do. We, similar to all South Africans, are very grateful for your work, for work of doctors, especially during this pandemic and also for your involvement in the Ukrainian school. And if any of our visitors have children who would like to join Ukrainian school, learn more about Ukrainian culture or Ukrainian language, please get in touch with us. We would like to involve you. We also have classes for adults if you would like to learn Ukrainian language. Thanks so much again, Oleh and Natalia, for joining us today. And we will be moving into more cultural part of our festival.
Thanks so much, Strinka.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. In fact, I can see my son has logged in as well. We should have asked him what he likes about Ukrainian school and Ukrainian culture, and check how far he's progressed in saying anything, learning Ukrainian.
Please, Sandro, comment to us, or Luko, please comment under this stream. And if any other children or students of Ukrainian school are also watching with their parents Ukrainian festival, please let us know. Do you like studying in Ukrainian school, or what do you like about it? What do you like about